Hey guys, I think it's live. Yep, it's live. Um, I was gonna do it live, but a bunch of stuff just came up, so I don't think I'm gonna continue with this live. My niece just messaged me; she's moving out, so I thought she was doing that tomorrow, but she's doing it today. So just gonna have some people coming over. It's hard to accept that she's moving out, but that's what happens. I ramble. And my friend messaged me. She lost her husband a couple months ago, having a hard day. So I'm gonna go out and bomb around in the bush with her. Do that and help my niece with her stuff. Not sure when she's coming. Actually, 3:30. I'll probably have about half hour. But yeah, I didn't. My day was clear. I was good to go. Things popped up. So, how's everybody doing? I'll probably stay on for about half hour, 20 minutes maybe. I noticed that Johnny's live, so I didn't. It kind of works out not to do a long live, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at this thing. I'm not good at this. Not good at going live. Baby's getting big. I ended up moving one of the boys in with the mom because she was getting antsy and bored, which I don't blame her. And she can't go outside. And I don't want to have the baby, inside alone with just a heat lamp because she's not ever been alone. She's used to having her mom and Papa Will. So I can show you guys her private stream info. How do I do it again? Oh, settings. Sus, it's not dinner yet. Camera. This one. Yeah. Oh, this camera sucks. Dual camera. My chickens are knocking at the back door. This one's kind of far. Hey, you guys like that one? There's the back triple. Oh, that one's good. Here we go. Do that. Yep. Getting big. But yeah, I brought him in because she was trying to teach her baby to jump out. So I could tell she was getting bored. So, and he's really good. Like, he is such a good rooster. If one of my chickens, what if one of my silkies are broody and they stay in their little nesting boxes, he crams himself in there with whatever hen, and he just stays with her. So I thought he'd be good. So I brought him in. I put them in the kitchen and I kind of let them hash it out. And like within a minute, she was good. And he's so good with the baby. He's so gentle. But his cockle-doodle-doing at 6 a.m. really sucks. My bedroom's at the other end of the house, but still, you can hear him anywhere. Yeah, that's baby. They're kind of scared of the camera. She's growing so fast. It's weird raising just one chick. like usually it's not good because they can actually die from loneliness. But she's got her mom and Papa Will. He's not the actual dad. It's the dad looks just like her. So there was one thing that I wanted to address, and I'm not trying to start problems. I'm not trying to pick fights or anything. But earlier I was listening to Jules's live, and the other day, some can say that I was sticking up for her, but I was just pretty much stating the obvious on what that William guy did. I don't care who it is. If Maria was in the exact same situation and people were making jokes about her S attempt, I would say the same thing. It doesn't matter who it is. But somebody in the chat mentioned that I had stuck up for her, and she acknowledged, yeah, I did, but he's still messed up. Now she brings up this squirrel thing, and maybe she genuinely thinks that and isn't trying to spread lies. I don't know, but never have I ever killed an animal for sport or for humor or anything. Never have I ever. Now, there was a squirrel about a year ago that was harassing my chickens, and my chickens weren't leaving their coop because it was scaring them. I don't know how a little squirrel would scare them. People have even told me, "Oh, get chickens and it'll keep the rats and mice away." No, it doesn't. I've seen a mouse in their coop, and they all just stare at it. I've caught a rat, and I've literally showed it to them, and they want nothing to do with it. So they're not, the best at keeping critters away, but it was pretty much holding my chickens hostage in a way. I set out a trap, and it's still there, and I tried to live trap it first, and it's smart. It's either smart or it didn't weigh enough to set the trap off. So I just had to deal with it, and it sucks. I don't enjoy doing it, but she's from Chicago. It could be the difference in where we live. I live country style. I like the bush. I would love to live off of grid. That's initially what I would love to do. And I repurpose animals. If I see that an animal has been hit on the side of the road and it's not, damaged much, I will use the fur for something, or I'll bury it, and then a year later I'll dig up the bones and I will repurpose the bones. And yeah, did I say that I was going to mail her a squirrel tail? Of course, yes, I did. And that crossed boundaries. It was technically invading her real life. And until somebody explained that to me, I instantly thought, right, that's not okay. I get it. And I've never said anything of the sorts again. Like, now it was over a year ago. And if I find, if squirrels get hit, like here, squirrels are invasive. There's tons of them. So yeah, you tend on finding them. And yeah, I'll repurpose what I can. I've made keychains and I sell them. I sell them online. I make keychains. I make all kinds of stuff. Like, let me change the camera. So, like this, for instance, somebody obviously had a ram, sheep, whatever, that had died. So they went and dumped it out in the bush on the highway. If I have a farm animal that dies, I'm not just gonna go and chuck its body on the side of the highway, you know, like I'll bury it. And my animals, like I bury them, they're buried. That's it. But so I found this. It had already been pretty much picked over. And so I took its skull and I bleached it and then put it in peroxide. And I'm making stuff out of it. So I have this. Sorry, Debbie, my house is messy. But I have this. So this is it. You know, it's a skull. It's a real skull. And I'm going to do something with it. You know, I'm painting it. I'm messing around, seeing, you know, what looks good, what does. You know, it's just art. Lots of people do this. There's lots. You know, another spot. You know, hunting is very big in where I live, and so you can find a lot of bones out in the bush. So I go to the secondhand store, and this is an old frame. So I sanded it and I spray painted it, and then I add gold paper to it, like, see, and then I brush it off and make it look unique. And there's no glass. I took the glass out, and then like I found this duck skull, not mine. I found this duck skull in the bush, so I spray painted it, and then I'm gonna glue it there. And and then all my art stuff is really messy. But for instance, where is it? Like this. This is called Old Man's Beard. This is a really good fire starter. And then I'll add some stuff to it, and just people buy this stuff. People really like this kind of stuff. I got a friend that does this too. It's how she makes a living. She makes art. And like, I ordered these. And they're real butterflies. So I take these and I inject them with water and rehydrate its body. And then I'll put it in a container with a damp cloth, and it causes it to open up so it's not flat. And then, I'll add one of these, to it and put it in there, glue it on, and it'll look nice. Now, this is another thing that I have. It's kind of, it's like what the finished product would look like. But, like this, for example. Where can I put it? Here. See, and these are old flowers, and they're dehydrated. And that's a skull and an antique frame. I do stuff like this. It doesn't mean I'm a murdering monster. These are all skulls that I have found. I found these out in the bush, except these ones. This, these, that. All these I ordered online. Like, this is a fox skull. I find that it's really small, but apparently it's a fox skull. And it's real, and I'm going to do something with that. I don't know what, but this is just a hobby that I have, and I really enjoy doing it. It's like Sophie with her bracelets. When she's doing it, it's probably calming, and it's just enjoyable to do. And I like doing stuff like that. I have crazy anxiety, and I find that this stuff helps me. It's the same with my necklaces. This is driftwood that I found on the beach, and you spend hours and hours sanding it to the point that it's pretty much polished, and then I put a clear sealant on it and I make a necklace out of it. And I've done it with a few of them. People are always wanting to buy them. I'm not the best at selling things because I just like giving things away. But like, this, it's very simple. It's literally a stick that I cut and then sanded it and drilled holes in a rock, and it's the same with this. This is from an elk antler, and I make rings. I sand them down till they're pretty much polished, and I polish them. And and I love doing these things. Like this. My main things that I enjoy doing are going out in the bush, going to the beach, looking for stuff. Like the amount of shells that I've found. Like this piece of wood. This is a magnificent piece of wood. And I think what I might do is use this as like a stamp. Take a piece of wood, spray paint it whatever color, put it on, maybe cut it down a bit, and then put something on top of it. Skull, I don't know. But I've got lots of stuff that I just enjoy doing. It's not all about animals, but maybe where you are from is not so much into, don't do that stuff. I imagine Chicago, when I think of Chicago, I think of a city. And I'm just going to change the camera back. Chicago, New York, all that stuff. I imagine you don't really go in the bush all that much. And that's fine. People don't know about it. But people really need to learn to not be so quick to judge. You get to know somebody and you find out that they're not actually all that bad. Yeah, did things start out bad? Yeah. Yep. I was naive. Someone commented on my post the other day, saying maybe you're a little naive. And yes, that is completely 100% true. I trust people way too easily. I give them the benefit of the doubt. I let people walk on me because I don't like conflict. I don't like fighting with people. But I'm not a sick person. And over the last few months, just watching how people are and how far and how they'll go to such crazy extents to try and prove a point and screw around with somebody. And it's just, people don't have a line. They cross the line with everybody. It's nuts. Like Maria, for example. Look at what that has done. Look at all the stress that she's going through because she just can't accept when she's wrong or when things don't go her way. And she's dug into people's lives, and look at what this has all come to. Her daughter has come on YouTube. I believe her son has. Like it's nuts. And look at all the dirty secrets that are coming out on Maria. I don't think it's okay. But there's a reason why things like this happen. It's not, people didn't just do it because for the fun of it. People get fed up. And then when people retaliate and get angry and say things they normally wouldn't say, they are then they're then proved to be this horrible human being, and they're not. Like, the amount of shit that John has gone through, and it's, he's not innocent. Nobody is. But the amount of crap that has gone on with him, I'd probably lose my mind too. I would probably say things that I normally would never, ever say. But, like, when is enough? Where are people's morals? Like, when are people gonna... I don't think people are ever gonna stop, because this is the only way the majority of people will get views, honestly. And I've come across quite a few communities, and it's all the same. All the same. Like, everybody is trash talking people. People are going real life. People are getting the cops called on them. Like, does anybody even know remotely what the cost is if there is a false report made of something serious like a bomb threat? You see those kids that are professional gamers, and they have tons of people watching them, but someone pisses someone off, and it's one call to the police, and that kid gets swatted. Can you imagine how much that cost? It's probably thousands. And then the majority of the time, nothing is ever done about it, because the time and effort it takes to locate somebody who made that call, prove it. There's so many things that go into it. And I'm sorry, I'm walking around doing stuff. I'm trying to clear out space so when my niece gets here. Yeah. I'm going to do my best to change. And I can't say that I'm perfect. When somebody does something to me, what is my first reaction? Anger. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry, and I want to get them back. But that doesn't obviously prove anything. It doesn't. It never has, and it never will. Like, man, I know it's not easy to find content to do, besides drama. It's not easy, because it's so hard to find something that everybody is gonna show interest in. So it's hard. But being a dickhead online, trying to screw with somebody's life and accomplishing it, like, do you go to bed feeling better at night? Like I can't imagine what Maria's blood pressure is. That's probably skyrocket. And then she uses her community tab as her Dear Diary. And then when somebody else does the same thing, she calls them out like they're this horrible person. But meanwhile, you literally just did that. People try to come out with the content. Look at John, for instance, about a year ago. How long was he staying out of the drama? It was quite a long time. He did really well, but people just continued to pick at him because they didn't have anything. So let's all go after the one person we know is going to react, because he's got a short fuse for all this shit now. And I would too, man. When all that Maria and Ann bullshit was going down, it was hard. It was hard to stay quiet and just ignore it. And I wasn't perfect. There were times where I spoke, but I would say I did pretty good, considering. Like, I don't know. I'm not asking for anybody to be my friend. I don't need friends online. You know, I've got a busy enough life as it is. I work nonstop. Nonstop. It's never ending. And then when I have my days off, I don't even get to like sit down and relax and enjoy my day off because I have some appointments. My dog, my chickens. You could say that I'm an animal abuser, but every single day I spend a minimum of 1 hour just being with my chickens, just hanging out with them, seeing what they're doing, seeing if they need anything. I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning up their poop because my damn dog finds it delicious. Yeah, so it's like I'm not sitting here watching every single live that everybody produces to see what's going on, saving stuff, you know. When I had my other job, I wasn't as busy. I was involved in groups. I had lots of people talking to me and I was being attacked. So was I being malicious and going after Jules? Yeah. Yeah, I was. I was. But I'm not perfect and I'm not going to excuse or make excuses for why I acted the way I did. But it was retaliation. Anger gets you to do a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't do. And I did that. I made that short video of Jules's laughs. That wasn't okay. That wasn't right. I shouldn't have done that because I'm just picking at somebody who does something a certain way that I find funny. I don't even know. And I shouldn't have done it. And I'm going to go back in my Instagram, not my Instagram, my YouTube, and I'm going to delete a lot of the nasty stuff, and I am sorry. I am sorry for making videos like that and getting enjoyment out of being cruel to somebody else. It's not who I am. It's I it's not who I am. And to look back at it, and if somebody was to show me and be like, "Why'd you do this?" What would be my reasons? She upset me. She did something to me, so I did something back. And what did doing that accomplish? Nothing. Nothing. A few people laughed. Big deal. I'm not one to tell people they need to apologize or give me reason as to why they did what they did to me. I'm not like that. But I am somebody who accepts an apology and it goes a long way. And I don't apologize just or because somebody told me to. I think about it a lot, and I'm not going to apologize for something that I don't mean, I'm not going to turn around and be like, oh, I just said that to shut people up. No. And normally when I apologize, I try to change. And, there was a lot of things that were done to me that were hurtful. And I know that those things that were done to me happened and involved many other people. And when other people are involved and they're egging you on to just do it, yeah, it's hard. especially if you want to please your friends or you want to make your friends laugh. I when it came to my niece, of course I'm really protective of her. She's like my kid to me, you know. I didn't I didn't purposely involve her in this. You know, it wasn't just like one day, hey, come look at this shit. This shit's nuts, you know? She lived with me, she heard, and she's smart, you know? She's she was 18, and that doesn't mean she's a kid. You know, kids nowadays, they can be 6, 7, and they know the ins and out of YouTube. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah, I can't force her not to look. I've told her multiple times, please don't watch my streams. Like, just delete it, ignore it, don't involve yourself in it. Never once did I ever tell her, oh, go in Jules' live and harass her. When she went in, and you know how the mods couldn't block her, I didn't even know about that. I had no idea she was even doing that. I don't even know how she did it. Like, and that's the honest truth. And whether people believe me or not, that's totally their choice. But I'm coming on here to try and be not a bigger person, but like I'm trying to be better for my own mental health. I'm trying to be better because I don't enjoy when something on the internet is affecting my mental health and my life and my daily activities. You know, it was a real wake up call when I made the choice to get a new job. It really worked. It worked for me, and I'm not happy on the way it happened, but I'm happy because I'm not good at making different moves in my life. I don't like change. I like things the same. I and it was hard for me, but I kind of just got a kick in the ass, and I just kind of had to do it. So it worked, and now I'm in a way better position, and I love it. But these people, you know, if you got to know me on a level that didn't include drama, you'd actually see that I'm a really nice guy. I'm not some stalker like people portray me to be. You know, it's funny that Maria is the one that was trying to tell people that I was stalking and harassing people. Because what is she doing? You know, she is obsessed. And it is incredibly unhealthy. And I don't know how people in her house deal with it. You know, I couldn't live like that. You know, when I was really at it with someone, the cramps that I had in my stomach alone were awful. It wasn't something that I want to go through again. And I'm also the type that it's really hard for me to stay mad. Like, Jules did some pretty horrendous stuff, as did I. I'm not blaming it all on her at all. But and normally, like in Savage's chat, you know, she said, like, look at all the shit she did to him, and now he's on her side. I'm never gonna ask to be on her side or anybody's side. I don't want to be. I don't care to have friendships because at the end of the day, what do they benefit? What am I getting? You know, I've got the odd few subs that I speak to, and it's nice and I enjoy that. But that's all I want. That's why I walked away from Maria, because now people are actually seeing her side of where she won't straight up tell you you can't talk to that person, but she'll do it in a roundabout way, and she'll manipulate like she did, and she's deleted her diary posts where she says, like, I'm not going to support a creator that allows other people to call me Momo. So Savage did tell whoever, calm down, don't do this, don't fight in my chat. Like, her page is fun. It's enjoyable. I find it is comedy, but because Savage didn't do what Maria thought she should do, or do it in a way that Maria would want it done, it didn't satisfy her. So she's gone about making posts, and those posts aren't going to solve anything. They're not going to solve a thing. They're only going to make things worse. So what's the point? That's my teenager right there. Hey, buddy. Give her. He echoes. It echoes. I don't know why nobody's chatting. Not one single comment, which is fine. I wasn't even going to stay on. My niece should be home shortly, I imagine. You hear Will. He's going at it now. Inside. I'm not making this stream to try and stop people from creating all the drama, attacking people, because, to be completely honest, it ain't ever gonna solve anything. Never. It's not. Nothing. Okay, buddy. Come on, let's go back. I'm trying to get away from the rooster. Go. Oh, that's scary. Come on. Come here, Zeus. Come here. Here, come here. But yeah, I think my niece just pulled up. Yeah, she did. So I'm going to end this, because I'm going to go and help her, and then hopefully go out with a friend after that. But I can do another live sometime. But it'd be nice if people chatted, But all right. You guys have a good night. And yeah, have a good one.